Hey guys, I'm Gentle Occasion, and today we're playing Heroes of Might and Magic, Olden Era. I'm saying that in an Olden voice for effect. It's only the demo, but the demo is kind of insane, actually. I don't know if there's going to be like a campaign and stuff in this game eventually. I'm not entirely sure. Who plays Heroes of Might and Magic with a campaign? I don't know. I don't think anyone does. We all play for classic mode. That's what we play for. And I'm going to play on Shamrock, because I like 3-player. And now, this is the exciting bit. I'm going to play random. You'll know what I'm playing already. Boring humans. Alright, you know what? I'm not being that random. Boring humans again. Okay, come on. Come on. There we go. We're playing as these weirdos. Seriously, these guys are weird. Who are you? Are you the... I think that's the Schism. Playing as these guys. We're also going to go with the random hero. So, who are we playing? Also, can I just say, this is so many heroes. How great is that? There's so many. So, we're playing as Grelk the Betrayer. But, yeah, 4 factions. There's going to be 6 when the game comes out, which is pretty cool. But, yeah, 4 full factions, 3 maps. These campaigns don't end abruptly. They're pretty long, right? So, that's a lot for a demo. A lot for a demo. And there's no cap on turns or anything. You can play from beginning to end with all of these heroes. It's kind of mad. So, born unpleasant and weak, he only ever had one friend, whom he betrayed, hoping for acceptance from the crowd, but traitors get none. Cool. This guy seems cool. He's a magic boy. Build your economy, develop your cities, and set out on an adventure and defeat your opponents in the race for power. So what are his other things, anyway? He's got basic abyssal communion. Classic. Don't you just love abyssal communion? I know I do. After each battle victory, the hero increases their communion level by 1, up to a maximum of 2. At the start of each day, the communion level is halved. Each level increases the number of friendly Schism units by 5% until the end of battle. So, yeah, cool. You get better, and a bunch of victories strung together will get you more weird creatures following you around, I guess. We'll see how that plays out. Basic offense, friendly creatures, basic attacks deal 10% more damage, alright, and Blessing. It starts with a spell, Blessing. Target friendly creatures deal 10% more damage with basic attacks. I don't know why I added a T into the word attack. What, attacked? Like attract. Anyway, condition victory, capital hold, so we need to grab the enemy's capitals. We're playing on normal difficulty, because I actually don't know how good I am at this game. I have no idea. I've played a bit. I've played a bunch of Heroes of Might and Magic 3 back when I was a wee lad. When I was starved for Warhammer games and thought this looks like a Warhammer. Turns out there were Warhammer games, but, when Heroes of Might and Magic 3 came out, around that time, there was, I didn't have access to the internet to search for Warhammer games, so if they weren't in the shop that sold computer games, then I didn't know if they existed. I wouldn't have known. So, this was my Warhammer. So, let's start. Alright, so we start in this icy land. So yeah, this game is a big grand strategy game with hex-based battles, tactics battles, which is quite fun. Resource management, all the rest of it. What's going to happen is every turn is a day, and after a week, stocks of units replenish in all of your cities. So yeah, we're going to be trying to build a building every day, so that way at the end of the week we'll have a good amount of different, resources and creatures and things. And so there we go. That's sort of how that works. And then a bunch of other stuff on the campaign map will reset after each week. Like this, increase each visiting hero's maximum mana by 50% until the end of the week, and then it'll replenish, then you have to visit it again. So, let's go to our city first. So I'm loving the crazy tentacles. So this was something that made the sort of original Heroes of Might and Magic games just such a spectacle, is all of your cities had this amazing vista, and as you upgrade them, it would, actually add the buildings to everything. Great library. Grants +2 knowledge to any visiting hero. I mean, that's pretty cool, actually. That's pretty cool. I like that. Firmament's Abyss. So this, I don't know what this is, by the way. So there's one resource, that little resource, that construction cost. I don't know what that is. I have no idea what that is. I haven't come across one of them. But it seems every faction has one of these. The only campaign I've played so far, I played a little bit with the with one of the Necropolis heroes, which was a lot of fun. The Mage Guild is useful; that'll unlock more spells, which might be useful for us while we're still here. So these are all our recruitment buildings, sort of in the middle here. We've got our Mage Guild stuff, which will unlock additional spells. Here, this is our sort of main building. This will put up our income, and also Bank and Treasury will put up our income further. Here, though, as we upgrade these, you can see it's 1,500 gold and 2,000 lore points. We'll get more lore points as we build these up, and lore points are this thing. It's our tech tree. Basically, you enact laws and you get additional bonuses either to your army or your faction. So this is like resources and special effects and things, and this is, just troops you'll get more troops and they're better, things like that. So we'll get into the nitty-gritty of all of this eventually, but I'm trying to do it a quick overview because there's a lot in this game. Tell you what, recruiting here creatures, let's do that. Let's get a Rashoth. I don't know what a Rashoth is. It doesn't affect undead embodiments and constructs. This special ability. Once per battle, summons a stack of Rashoth on a friendly corpse's hex. Ooh, that's grim. You can summon these out of bodies. That's cool. I like that. This guy, this is a cultist. So you can see his stats all at the top. He's living. He's a fully sentient inhabitant of Jadam. Cool. That's good. So that might say undead, things like that. Or construct. Or magic creature, you see. Long reach, nice. So he's got long range. So in the hex battles, that's quite good. So here's our sort of ranger. Basically, he's our ranged unit. There's a dude riding a worm. This is really cool. I don't know any of these creatures because all of the creatures in Heroes of Might and Magic were based on the creatures in Might and Magic, which is an RPG series, kind of trying to rival something like Ultima at the time. It is really good. It was a great series. I played the crap out of, I think it was number 7, quite recently too. I replayed it, and it has not aged well. Absolute crap. How they strung the story together, the quests you have to go on, and the objectives, and it's all go from it's all just get to location, press button. The whole game. It's mad. It's so bad. But it is really fun just running around, finding magic items and stacking them on your guys, which is a lot of what this game is, to be honest, which is kind of cool. So, I'm going to go with the main settlement building, actually. I'm going to do that, even though I would have liked some... Yeah, perfect. I would have quite liked to get some more spells. I think it's best we crack on. So you can see there are different, battles here against all the neutral enemies. And the reason why I don't know how good I am at this game, I have no way of knowing. I haven't played long enough to encounter any of the enemy factions yet, so I've never been able to compare my progress to that of an enemy's. Because there's no frame of reference. It's not like Total War where you're always at war with your neighbour and you can always see your neighbour, right? So it takes a long time to know if you're actually doing well. The enemy is fleeing, however, right, you can let them run away, but you don't get experience if you let them run, I don't think. So we're going to have to fight them. And so every battle is an auto-resolve, right? And you can either accept the results or you can battle it yourself. So we didn't lose anyone here, I'm just going to accept that. And we'll do a battle that isn't quite so easy. So this is really good. We've got a gold mine, so we're getting an extra 1,000 gold daily. If you hover over a resource, it shows you what your income is. We're getting 2,500 gold every day from our, various things. And all these other resources we're getting none of. So we will try and find more as we go. There's a normal battle over there. This will put up our knowledge. So knowledge is good, right? If we have a quick look at our guy. Right, so attack and defense. These will put up the attack and defense of your guys, right? Of all of your soldiers. They will do more damage and they will take less damage. Really simple. Spell power is how much damage he can do with spells. Knowledge is how much mana he has. In fact, you can hold shift for a better view of everything. So every knowledge you have puts up your mana pool by 10. Increase the strength of hero spells, enhancing both their damage and duration of applied effects. The hero's attack puts the attack of all creatures in the army by the amount equal to their own attack skill. This bonus directly affects the damage those creatures deal in battle, and this reduces the damage those creatures take in battle. Simple. simple stuff. And then you have your skills up here, which you can have 8, and I think some of them can fuse together in a sort of Vampire Survivors kind of way, but I'm not entirely sure. I know that they do feed off each other to a certain degree, but I think they can... You can unlock, like, advanced ones. I think you get advanced classes as well, I think. So right now he's a fighter. Really, he's a fighter? He's very magic-y, so that's interesting. Creatures deal plus 10% basic attack damage, plus 1% more for every 2 hero levels. Additionally, they deal plus 1 melee damage for every 2 hero levels. So that's really weird. I really thought he was more of a spellcaster. So that's interesting. I think we're going to be focusing on summoning and things with him, with his magic. And then, you know, our guys can get the work done. So let's see. Yeah, let's go to the Knowledge Garden. Excellent. Let's grab that. Or, so these abandoned mansions. There'll be a lot of, like, random little, like, I guess, dungeons. Though they're just, you know, they're just like this. It's just like running into this guy, except you don't know what's going to be in there when you run up to it, right? So you don't get to assess the battle until you get there. But then just do a battle, you get a reward. So it's not that complicated. Another Knowledge Garden there. So what's nice is when we get other characters, we can have them just visit these Knowledge Gardens, and they will both end up with all of the bonuses from that. This is like once per character, basically, which is really cool. There's a treasure chest down there. I mean, easy troglodytes. There's a well to restore mana. I don't know, I might do the normal battle, but I kind of don't want to do a normal battle. I want to have a really easy time. So let's go for this guy instead. They're fleeing, so we're going to destroy them. And we did lose a couple of things here and there. We lost a few of these guys, which I don't like. I'm going to battle. Alright, we're going to battle, and we'll see if we can do any better. So, we can deploy them where we like. God, the Worm Rider thing is so weird. Alright, so troglodytes right in the middle. So, if we right-click on them, we can see what they're about. So this guy has the fighting style of viscous spit. So we'll do a long-range attack for less damage, basically. Fine, I guess. I guess that's fine. Also, these things here, these abilities, those little pips, I'm pretty sure are focus points, which is something I couldn't entirely work out the last time I played. I think you get 1 focus per turn, I think. So let's see. Does not affect undead, that's fine. Target friendly creatures, yeah, 10% extra damage. Need for 2 rounds. I don't think it's worth casting yet. I don't think that's worth casting. I think I'll wait around. So this guy, as you can see from the tracker, he's going to get a couple of turns before these guys do. I'm going to let him move first. So this guy is going to be able to move twice. I don't know if this guy can do a lot of damage to him, though. Ooh, can we reach from there? No, we can't. No, we have to be in melee with him. So he can move up to here and shoot a bit. So actually, I am going to skip my turns. So what's difficult about this game, at first, is WASD will actually... They're shortcuts for things. So if you try and move the camera to the right to sort of center your enemies, this camera doesn't move at all. But WASD does do things. If you press D, it'll end your turn, which is crazy. It's really not useful. Sure, skip his turn. Skip his turn. Skip his turn. Okay, cool. So, I guess I could do a blessing. I don't want him to counterattack me and absolutely ruin me, because I think they will. I think they will. And yet he is going to go again very shortly, which is not good for me at all. Don't like how this has gone at all. I think he'll kill between 7 and 8, and then he's going to attack us twice in a row, isn't he? We're going to lose so many more of these than I was hoping to. Yeah, this hasn't worked out well. The timing of our attacks has been pretty weak. So they are going to retaliate. Killed 2 of us. Then he gets to have a go. Oh, he's going to attack over here. Killed 5 of them. And we retaliate. Alright, sure. Ugh. Alright, we can kill 9. So they only counterattack once, by the way. Once per turn, so everyone else can start attacking. We're going to get a lot of kills here, which is nice. Very nice. Good damage. So they're nearly dead. Almost got them. Very worried about our worms. No, we lost another one. Oh no. Well, I think that went a lot worse than the auto resolve. Yeah, I think that was worse. Okay, let's see. That gives +1 attack. And that is another easy battle. Maybe I'll go over there. First I'm going to grab this experience. Another easy battle over there. Again, just a big pile. There's one big pile of Troglodons. I wish we had a more offensive spell. And I wish that guy would stop playing his little flute. Also, like, mad they're still putting, like, leprechauns in games. It's just mad. Anyway, yeah, so... One thing we need to pay attention to, right, is there'll be a bunch of different biomes, right, a bunch of different areas. You might have two adjacent, but basically what happens is if you follow these roads along, eventually you'll get to a gap in the surrounding trees or cliffs or whatever, right? There'll always be, like, a barricade of some kind of terrain, and the only way in and out of one area is basically following the road. There'll be a little exit, right, from one area into the other. So self-contained little areas, right? Each one of those areas is going to have a town in it, right? So our job is basically to get as many towns as possible before the enemy does. That way we can have better production. So, yes, we need to sort of explore and level up our guys and get resources and all the rest of it, but we also need to make sure that we're getting a move on from territory to territory to try and take more towns. We can always recruit more guys, you know, in like sort of further back, you know, in our starting regions, to either ferry units to the front line or to carry on exploring or whatever else. There's a million ways to do this. You know, some guys will get abilities where they can literally just get units from any city, so they can just stay, like, way out, and it doesn't matter. You don't have to bring them back in order to get recruits. So, there's a lot. Anyway. Yeah, I think that's, yeah, we'll attack them next. Actually, we'll grab that. Let's grab that next, actually. Anyway, I think you guys have got a bit of an overview of this game now. Like, at some point, we'll be attacking an enemy city. You know, one of these other two AI players who I don't know who is going to be there. We're not going to go into that mansion just yet. We are going to get some more experience. Basic intelligence can learn up to tier 3 spells without needing to learn the corresponding magic school. Okay, so that will give us like a very broad range of spells, which is pretty cool. And I imagine they'll level up in interesting ways. So you get to, like, pick sort of sub-things as you level up, which is pretty cool. And then all the spells the enemy knows that the hero is capable of learning. That's pretty cool. Extra mana. And if you have sorcery... Okay, we do want to get sorcery if we want to get good at magic. But advanced abyssal communion does sound good, though. After each battle victory, the hero increases their communion level by 1, up to a max of 3. So yeah, let's just keep going with this so we get more friendly Schism units, I guess. Be interesting. True Home. Friendly Schism creatures deal plus 10% and take minus 10% damage on native terrain. Okay, so if we're in this snowy area, I guess, then they'll be better. But no, I think maybe put up their level by 1. Grants extra maximum movement points per level. Is that on the campaign map? Because that's kind of cool if that's the case. But let's go with maximum communion level. I don't really know how that works entirely. Are these abyssal units, are these the ones that get extra units? I'm not really sure, if I'm honest. Ooh. Okay, this is a really fun one to have, actually. Allows the hero to use the spell book one more time per battle round, but spells cost additional more the second use, basically. Well, after each use, so I think if you're using the exact same spell, I think it's per round, though. But there are some spells that are free, and so it means you can basically do one normal spell out of your spell book, and then you can do the free spell afterwards, which is pretty damn cool. Expert Abyssal Communion, though, would be interesting to go all in on this, because I still don't really know what it does. I love going all in on you know, some kind of technique that I know nothing about, because then you find out sooner, and you find out if you have something to regret. Let's go with basic Taumaturgy. Let's go with this, even though we don't have a free spell yet. We only have one spell, so this is still pointless. Oh, forget it. Let's go Advanced Defense. We just know that's going to be useful. Friendly creatures' abilities deal 50% more damage. Archery, friendly creatures' range and long reach attacks deal plus 15% damage, or Battle March. Friendly creatures generate +1 focus points whenever they attack. That's quite useful. That's how they use their special attacks. God, I don't know. Because I don't know what abilities we have that do damage. Yeah, just having, yeah, anything that has range will do more damage. Let's just do that. It's boring, but probably quite effective. Destroy them. So again, this keeps getting us experience. I'll just take the damage, that's fine. Gingerbread house. Get to pick a reward. What do we need? I should have gone into our buildings to see. I don't know what we need. There's different, like, you kind of need a bit of everything, but each faction sort of like leans towards a specific resource. I'm not sure what our one does. I'm gonna assume crystals. Is it crystals? I hope it's crystals. So let's see. Oh, so that needs alchemical stuff, and that needs minerals. Okay, it seems actually it might be mercury that we want to lean into for that building. So it might be mercury. Might be mercury is going to be the main one for us. We'll see. Let's put up this abyssal. You know what? I do want to get some of the recruitment buildings done. But you know what? I'm going to go with this one first. Alright, this will give us a lot of gold, a lot of lore points quickly. I really want the lore points because I want to get as much research done as quickly as possible. Attack and defense of friendly creatures increased by 1 when they battle on native terrain. That will help us now, which is nice. Extra gold per day is pretty great. You can't really complain of that. Extra experience for heroes is good too. Tier 1 friendly creatures' attack and defense increased by 10% of the hero's attack, defense, spell power, and knowledge. That's interesting too. I like that. Let's go with the gold one, because that'll give us, you know, more resources while we wait to get more lore. You know, lore points or lore, I don't know, whatever they're called. I'm not really sure what you call each one. Upgrade points? I don't know. We'll find out one day, I'm sure. Some more gold. Impossible battle over there. Loads of alchemical dust over there. That's an easy battle, and we get that. We get that hand. Oh, so there are items as well, by the way. So we have all these items, which is cool. I mean, we have none, but like we have all those slots, so we want to grab as many items as we can. So what's nice is on the right, you know, that is showing all our buildings, not all our buildings, all our settlements. There'll be a bunch of pips here that we can swap between, hopefully, and yeah, it'll have a little tick if you built there. You can build 1 building per turn. They all just take the 1 turn. And you can see here, the little blue pips filling up. Once this bar fills up, the week is over. So, no. Quite handy. I'm going to go experience. Just want to level up as quickly as possible. Random resources there, sounds nice. That guy's got like a deck of cards behind him. He looks like he has a deck of cards behind him. This is fine, I think. Although we will lose that unit completely, I think. But fine. Primal Magic, Expert Offense. Let's do that. Friendly creatures deal +1 damage. This bonus is doubled if the hero knows Nightshade Magic. Maybe we do want to get Nightshade Magic then. Unstoppable Force. Friendly creatures ignore 10% of the target's defense while dealing normal damage, including from abilities. That does seem pretty good, because we might fight some really tanky enemies. So that might be really handy, but then just doing additional damage. That'll be especially useful if we have a horde of cheap rubbish. Right? If we just have like numbers on our side, then just a big stack of something can do a lot of damage. So that could be really good. They could both be really good, to be honest. I'd go Shadow Blades. I think that sounds more fun. Like, more advanced creatures are going to be doing so much damage that +1 damage is barely going to make a difference. But, you know, we'll get to that, I guess. Oh, a sawmill. Excellent. That can produce some wood for us. Marvellous. And the end of the mansion that we'll have to explore. I'll put up our mana for a week. And yeah, we'll follow along here. Ooh, is that a watchtower? Or no, I think that might be... That sword puts our attack up by 1, which is nice. Huh. Lethal battle. Difficult battle. Easy battle. Okay. Okay, maybe I ran off too soon. Yeah, still got a lot... Oh yeah, again, attack by 1. Lovely. And I think that's a different... I think this is a different area. So there's a neighbouring icy place. So I want to go through there at some point, see if we can't take another town. But yeah, we're going to need to get recruitment buildings here. But don't you just love this vista? I love this vista. It's very cool. Let's get those riders. This will let us recruit binders and votaries. Okay. Those are the little ranged guys. And the Mage Guild will let us spec into involuntary summons. Once per week allows the owner to recruit any creature from an external dwelling. Okay? I guess? Allows to recruit Grand Shoth. Interesting. Allows to recruit Unspeakable Shoth and Unthinkable Shoth. A lot of shots. I don't really know what any of these things are. Playing this faction was definitely a mistake. Because I have no idea what any of these things are. Don't worry, I'll work it out. Yeah, the human faction is all pretty typical. It's like, you know, fighter, archers, they're all just like pretty straightforward. Actually, I think they're called like paladins and stuff, but you know, you just look at them and you know what their deal is pretty quickly. And the skeletons, same, you know, the necropolis is the same because they're just things but dead. So it's not complicated. These guys, real weird bunch. So yeah, when we get those buildings, right, like I said, they fill up every week. So here you can see our production down in the bottom, and this will be the production every week of each creature. But also, if you click on these, you can actually pick your poison. So you can pick different ones. Can I see here? Yes, these guys. So you can scroll through the different types. So this is your basic one. These are both higher tier ones. We have to pick which you want. So there's like, you know, some variety. You could actually build an army that just has like, you know, both types, but you only have 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You only have 7 slots, so there's 7 types of creatures. So you're going to have to bench something if you want to have like 2 types of the same one, and you might not have the production, because, you know, you don't get production per type, you get like total production, and you choose the type. So, you know, but still, it gives you some options. And you know, some might be better against a certain enemy you're fighting. You can switch them on the fly, which is nice. I say on the fly, as long as you're in a city. Well, as long as they're available in the city, you can swap them, I think. So maybe not that on the fly. And that's a Grand Shoth, huh? I like him. Anyway, Gaze of the Abyss deals 3 times the amount of units, pure damage to the target and all the adjacent creatures. So I think pure damage ignores armor and things, ignores defense, I think. All target speed reduced by 1 till the end of the round. And Sluggishness deals 3 times the amount of units, pure damage. So these are both abilities. Long reach, living, and how about Binder? Deals 2 times the amount of units damage, not true damage, but also removes one of their counterattack charges. So if you attack them with this, you can then attack them with everyone else, and they're not going to be able to retaliate, which is pretty powerful. I think that might be what we go for. And there's also this ability as well. Curses the enemy target. Cursed target takes 2 times the amount of units pure damage at the start of its turn. This effect is stackable. Interesting. Alright, sure. Yeah. I don't know. We'll figure something out. So we've already built. And we need to move our guy around. Already visited that. That's going to increase our mana. Sure. Oh, we have moved already. My bad. Right, next turn. Sorry, I keep trying to describe little bits and bobs. And as I'm doing that, I forget where I actually left off. Okay, so that's a black tower. So again, there's going to be a valuable treasure in there. But, you know, only once we're done killing. Okay, so these things are really powerful, by the way. Anything that puts up your stats is a big deal. So now, we've actually got some stats on us, which is nice. Start to fill up. Oh, also, yeah, we've got +1 attack there. So this can actually be upgraded for the cost of this stuff, whatever it is. What's it called again? Alchemical dust. So you can upgrade a lot of different things. So we can just keep upgrading this. I think it's more expensive as you do it, but we're going to keep our alchemical dust for now because we're still trying to, like, build up our settlement. More experience, please. Arcane magic, taumaturgy again. Very tempted by this. I'm very tempted by this. So we can do multiple spells. But yeah, we need spells before I feel like that's worth getting. Let's do Expert Abyssal Communion. Up to a maximum of 4, apparently. Cool. Black Ice. Enemy spells cost +1 for the level of the hero's communion. Interesting. I don't think it'll make much of a difference, honestly. Kind of feels completely pointless. Or communion level increases by 1 per victory in battle. That is nice. So we can hopefully keep this higher for longer, which will be useful for some reason. I still don't entirely know what it does. But we got 1250 from that guy, so that's nice. Impossible battle. Gingerbread house, lovely. Ore mine. Yeah, let's get the ore. And that magic will put up spell power, but we have to fight this guy. Oh no. Oh really? We've got to go around? That's in the way. That sucks. Okay, where do I want to go then? I think maybe I go this way. Because I'm going to have to come back here. Anyway. Because, you know, we're going to need recruitment in a week. In a week's time. Well, not quite a week. Half a week. But yeah, that's a bother. I already thought we'd be able to walk around that. Marketplace is kind of nice. Lets you trade resources. Can be quite useful. Exchange rate's terrible, by the way. Artifacts can be traded. That's nice. That produces mercury. That's useful. Getting that early might be nice, but I do think we want to get more recruitment things out of the way. And we can do more of this lark. Extra XP for our heroes does sound great at this point. So let's go ahead and do one of those. Cool. Alright, now let's move you over there. Well, no, let's end the turn. And so yeah, no idea how well I'm doing. Might be doing terribly, might be way ahead of the enemy. Who knows? Who knows? No idea. Victory. Do 7 of them, huh? That's fine. I'll take it. Some gems over here. Oh, there was ore there too. I can't reach anything else this turn. So what's a bit sad, actually, looking around, there's not a stable near our settlement. So there's stables will put up your movement speed by I think 20% till the end of the week. If they're near your settlement, it's really useful because you try and end here for the end of the week so you can pick up new troops, and then you can get that speed boost that'll last for the rest of the week, so you can get a lot more exploration done. So I'm a bit sad we didn't start next to one. I think that's a pity, but you know, it is what it is. Come on. Thank you. Now let's see. We can recruit concubi. I mean, that sounds useful. Yeah, I think that's probably the quickest way to unlock an additional type of unit. So that'll do. And hopefully we can get a couple more things done before the end. And that's the turn done again. Waiting for the enemies. Okay, good. So what is that anyway? They're like a pack of cards. There we go. Deck of spells makes all tier 1 spells available to the hero. That's fun. That is fun. That might give us like a free attack. That's lethal. There's really nothing else here, is there? Maybe over here? Oh, there's some more gems and things. So fine. Got some more resources. But now we need to start heading back. It's going to take a couple turns to get back there. And that's perfect. So, let's get... I mean, Mistresses of Chains and Bewitchers. Do we want that? Do we want Arbitrators? Is that a new type of thing? Are these both the same type? Okay, Arbitrator is a different thing. What is your deal? What are you? A big fishy judge. What is it? Moves an enemy to a free hex within 4 hex their initial position. That's kind of fun. That's a special thing. Moves a friendly creature. So you can move an enemy or a friendly creature. Increases the hero's maximum mana by 20. That's cool. Does not stack though. So as long as you have any of them, then it'll work. I like the Abyssal Envoy though. He seems nice. Paradoxical shots. Ranged penalties are reversed for this creature. What? Deals 10% damage per hex, up to a maximum of 50% if the target is more than 3 hexes away. If the target is adjacent, performs a melee attack, dealing plus 50% damage. Okay. Yay. Can attack enemies at range and replaced with a melee attack if the enemy is adjacent. Minus 50% melee damage. Okay, so he does more damage if they're nearer. And the further... Okay, so that's what the paradoxical shots mean. So he does bonus damage in melee instead of reduced damage. And the further away an enemy is, the more damage he does with a ranged shot. Weird. Okay, that feels completely unnecessary, but sure, why not? I like it. It's exciting. So let's do that too. We've got quite a lot of gold. We are going to need to get our gold production up fairly soon. But not yet. Not yet. Right, let's end the turn. And we can make it all the way over to here. Which is actually a turn early. It is a turn early. I can go grab that for the hell of it. I would like to put my knowledge up again, so I can't wait to fight him. And then I think we do fight this stuff. Hopefully we can go like around, and we don't have to go all the way back around to get to here, or else going down here will be a big waste of time. I do want my spell power up as well, though, because that's kind of a big deal. And all these other battles, the like normal battles, should become an absolute walk in the park once this is done. Now, that takes too many. I was thinking we could put up a growth of Rashot so we can get more of these units, but unfortunately we can't afford it. But that's okay. That's fine. Could do more gold per day. Again. Let's put attack and defense up on native terrain, because we'll be in native terrain for a while. That'll really help us in the early game. And now we have the next tier unlocked, which is cool. Extra spell power, lovely. Cities produce wooden ore, nice. Schism restores, your Schism heroes restore 10% mana each morning, that's really useful. So yeah, you do restore mana at, like over time. You can see we have 69 out of 75, we didn't restore any mana, because we have nothing that restores mana yet. So that is a thing that we're going to have to sort of watch out for. Now, let's see. Do you want house chains? Maybe. Maybe. Oh no, I already have that. But we were going to get arbitrators, weren't we? And then I didn't, I think. But that's fine. So, yeah, we have these different types here as well. What are you guys? We have the Concubus, the Mistress of Chains, and the Bewitcher. So the Bewitcher prevents all enemies from gaining focus from any source until the end of the next round. Deals 25 pure damage per focus charge to the target. Fine, I think. Enemy hero spells cost +2 mana. Okay, so like maybe there's a few opportunities to make mana costs worse. +3 focus points when dealing damage. So they can do their abilities a lot. Prevents the target from using active abilities. Blocks the enemy hero's active abilities until the end of the round. That's pretty cool. Handcuffs. Okay, this seems fun. Can perform ranged attack even if adjacent to the enemy. I like that. Okay, cool. So yeah, I think we'll go with this one, because that extra focus points. I think gaining focus points, anyone can spend focus. I think. Oh, also we do have some of these available already. Do they become available the moment you build a building? I was thinking you still have to wait till the end of the week, but apparently not. We're about to get more of all of these, which is nice. I'm glad I got them built though. I mean, there's not any point grabbing that. We're heading that way in a minute anyway. Tell you what, let's recruit these guys. Alright, they can all go into our army now. And then I'm going to go over here and fight this thing. It'll be an easy battle. Destroy them. And we are losing 2 of them. Fine. Fine. Whoa. That was dramatic. And sure, more mercury. Sounds brilliant. We never picked up that ore for some reason. Never mind. I'm going to do that a lot. So don't worry about it. And yeah, we can go there next turn, when we'll have a bunch more recruitment options. Although we are low on gold. We did spend a lot of gold. A heck of a lot of gold. So we'll get the real spicy stuff first. Okay, we managed to get everything. Love to see it. Love to see it. So we can split these guys up as well, by the way, and we can upgrade these guys too. So that's nice. So there we go. And yeah, you can split them as well. We have 2 stacks of 20 now. Isn't that cute? Isn't that cute? I think it's cute. I think it's lovely. Let's get a bank. That'll get us a bunch more money, so we'll get that early. Because, yeah, basically the end of the week is when you're going to be spending all your gold, because that's when all your units come in. So if you're building gold production at the start of that cycle, you're more likely to really get dividends, you know. Yeah, more mana each morning. We actually need that, because our guy has no means of restoring mana otherwise. And let's start heading this way. Let's get experience. Leveled up again. Basic diplomacy. You can sometimes recruit neutral armies for gold instead of fighting them. That is cool, but you only have so many slots, which is the issue. You only have so many slots for units, so you end up recruiting units, and then that fills up everything. So unless you're bumping into enemies that are the same type as you, that might be a little difficult. Magic resistance, I think, is really useful. Logistics, I think, is also really useful. Let's do logistics. Just faster. We'll just be faster. So we'll get gold after defeating these guys. And we don't have much gold. 2 quattles these are. So we'll attack them. And how do we do? Absolutely crushed them. Brilliant. Good. Experience again, please. Alright, let's take this guy on. Again, there's just nothing here. Actually, I think maybe paladins. They're quite good. Do you want to go down there? It's a village. Oh, there's stables. There are stables nearby, so at least we'll be able to run back quickly if we need to. Each week, extra morale. Hang on. Yeah, I did visit that. Good. Oh, we're out of movement. That's fine. Alright. But yeah, more ore daily, be useful. Anything that's daily is fantastic. Alright, easy battle against whatever the heck these things are. And they're all dead, great. And good, we can carry on going that way. I don't know what's going on here though. There's like a weird cubist tree thing, I don't know. But I want to go deal with all this stuff first. So destroy those undead. Take that. Lovely. More mercury, sure. Destroy them. Yep. Nice and easy. Wood, because we have less of it. Simple as that. Okay, and that's it then. I haven't visited that yet, but I will. Then we'll visit this tree. Gives gems, crystals, and mercury after defeating its guard. Interesting. Interesting. That's an easy battle now. Once per week, so you have to visit that each time. Sure. Okay, so what I think we're going to do... ooh, look at that guy. Tree of Knowledge. Gives a level to each visiting hero. That's really cool. So yeah, we are going to probably keep pushing this way and try and find another settlement before long. And I'm sure we could take it with this. Maybe. Sometimes they're just empty, the other settlements. So we'll try and grab another settlement so we can have 2 on the go. And then we'll get a second hero with the next batch of recruits here. And we can send it off this way to fight all these enemies, grab all those items, and then find the next town along that way. So that's what we're going to try and do. That's the plan. But for now, let's get more building done. So, we have the bank. Can't get the treasury until we get walls. The Great Library. Would be nice to get extra knowledge. Our guys run off now, and the extra spells would be great too. I think we are going to visit this one more time with our hero, actually, with our current one, just because there's a couple of things we sort of need before we run off. But, you know, more gold per day, thank you. And let's crack on. But yeah, I really like this game. At first, I was a little unsure, because it does suffer from what I think this game generally suffers from, and it is just that lack of understanding your progress, the lack of context for your progress. It can make it a little tough to know what is going on, because you just can't compare yourself to your neighbours. And yeah, I find that really difficult. But you sort of have to just consider each of these random fights to be your neighbours, you know? So it's just, are you doing that relatively efficiently? That's all you really need to think of. At least that's all I need to think of to start enjoying it. Someone is guarding this place. You can fight the guards for a reward or retreat. Well, I'm going to fight them, obviously. How did we do? We lost 18 of you? Oh, and 5 of you. That sucks. Oh, now I'm worried about fighting it. It might be a little tough. It might be a little tough, but I want to end on a battle, so I'm going to try, and we'll see if we can actually do it. If we had better spells, because that's the annoying thing. We are spec'd for spells in terms of our, like, you know, ability points or whatever. Our characteristics, I don't know what it calls them, you know, our stats. But we don't have any spells. We're relying on our troops, which don't get as many bonuses from us, which is tough. So yeah, we're not playing to our strengths right now. Oh, so it's like an ambush. Well, that sucks. That sucks bigly. Right, let's start the battle. Well, I hate this. Yeah, we're definitely going to be real hurt here. We can do a blessing, but that's it. God, you don't even do that much damage to them, huh? Oh, God. I tried to move the camera and skipped my turn. Because that's how this game do. Oh, God. These things are terrifying. What are they? Kitten horn? They have a move called Wee. All friendly creatures gain +3 morale. Yeah, they would. Kitten going Wee? Like, come on. And what is this? Fairy dragon. Oh, okay. Magic immunity 5. Oh, dear. Alright, no wonder they're a problem. Alright, I can just wipe these guys out, but I think maybe we need to deal with him. Though maybe we need to deal with him with, like, ranged attacks first. So maybe I do just try and wipe out some of these units with our weird slug rider. Oh, well, that's sad. Oh! Oh, that's interesting. What? What? What on earth? Plows through, no? What did you do? Icy breath. What happened? Why did he attack everything? What happened to him? I don't understand what this guy's deal is. Piercing cold when hitting an enemy with an attack or counterattack applies a negative effect. I mean, that's not bad. Okay, I don't know what was going on there, why he just kept going. Was it something that the kitten did? Remnant of Mad Times. When this creature dies, Berserk is cast upon its killer. They're forced to attack the nearest creature, which happens to be another one of themselves, then someone else. That is terrifying. That is actually terrifying. So you end up just killing all of your own guys. Oh my god, I keep pressing WASD to move the camera. It's probably the thing that's going to be, like, just the most dangerous for us. I hate it so much. Alright, we've got a melee attack. I can also do a hero strike here. Oh, I can only kill one. Crap. So this is like a spell thing we can do each turn. It's our little ability. But, like, if I can kill them without having to attack them with my guys, then, you know, great. Can you not do a... You are doing a melee attack. Oh, if I hold shift? No? Oh, no, it's shift for more info. I want to shoot him, though. Okay, I'm pretty sure he has a ranged attack, so I don't know what's going on there. He's okay. That won't kill any. But... I could... No, I can't. We don't have... Okay, fine. Just attack. Let's attack him. Ow. Alright, that'll kill 2. And then it'll kill them, then them. Fine. Not a problem. I don't mind losing the rest of those. Then attack them. Fine. Best thing that could have happened. Oh, these dragons are scary. I don't like these dragons. They're bad. They're bad dragons. Let's shoot with another heroic strike. I'll kill another one. There's a little penguin over there. Hi. Okay, brilliant. Ow. We're fine. We are fine. Oh, that was brutal. Hated all of that. But man, it's WASD. Moving the camera and also skipping your turn is a wild decision. Absolutely wild. So, basic tactics, you can rearrange creatures before the start of battle. I don't know. Allows the hero to use the spellbook one more time per battle. Yeah, I do love that. Go with advanced logistics, though. Yeah, even more movement points. Terrain penalty reduces by 50%, sounds quite good. Neutral global map spells cost -4 mana. Bonus is doubled if the hero knows scouting or careful planning. Every day the hero saves up to 50 unused movement points for the next day. This bonus is doubled if the hero knows arcane magic. That's quite cool, but it's only unused, and how often are we going to do that? I don't know. We might end up moving to a city and then having to wait a turn for recruitment, in which case we then get loads of extra movement points to like set out from that city, which could be really good. That could be really useful, and that's probably when we need it the most. You know, we see enemies and we can't deal with them, we have to run back to that city, but we want to get back to them before they do anything terrible. You know, let's just intercept them more easily. So that does sound good. Then terrain penalty. I haven't really noticed terrain penalties at all. Let's just do this. And we've got a bunch of resources. Lovely. And, ooh, lucky coin. That'll put up our luck. That'll put up our luck. Excellent. Let's grab this. So we now have another item. Plus 1 luck. Good. Alright, uncanny right. Let's head over here. And let's attack. And, alright, we lost some of the weird thingamajigs. Alright, cool. Little penguin. Easy battle. And then we can get into this desert territory, which is interesting. I did grab that, right? Yes, I did. Good. I'm paranoid that I didn't. I'm, like, making a big mistake. We'll visit this stuff with our next hero. Although I think we might return him for the spells and things, huh? Though it's only low level. If we get another city, we could just immediately, like first upgrade, we just get the Mage Guild. So he has some extra spells there. Maybe. Yeah, I would like the treasury and the resource depot. And the Great Library would be great too. I would like to come back for that. That is a big deal. That's an extra, what, 20 mana? Yeah, it's a big deal. And if we're getting a percentage of mana back each turn, then actually that means we're getting an extra, like, you know... I guess just an extra 2 each turn. But that's quite good. So let's get that built anyway. And our gold isn't looking huge, but then we're actually still quite early days, aren't we? So yeah, I think we've got quite a distance we can still go. So yeah, let's go to that next city and see how it goes. We can always start running back to grab more resources later, it's fine. I'll accept those results. And alright, that's it for the turn. And I think that's it for the episode, because I've gone a little over the 45 minutes that I usually try and do these episodes in. So yeah, I'm liking this so far. It's exciting. I like the exploration. I like the tactical combat. I don't like not knowing what half of the units are, though, but that'll come with time. You know, we'll work out our groove. We'll work out what synergizes well with the spells and items that we'll inevitably end up with. A lot of this, in a way, right, in a way, even old Heroes of Might and Magic 3, to me, it felt a bit like a roguelike. As daft as that sounds, but you don't necessarily know what each of your heroes are going to be built like until you know, decide on kind of like what the enemies are and what random loot you found. You might end up with, you know, a certain character who was supposed to be one way, but then ended up with a certain, like, spread of skills and stuff that they end up feeling very different by the end. And, like, you know, they evolve over time, and I like that. That was always something that was quite exciting. So we'll see what this guy ends up being like. But yeah, it's interesting. Interesting so far. Guys, if you're enjoying this, please do comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Actually, you know what? We're going to end episodes on these vistas, because it's so pretty. Anyway, take care, guys. Have a good one.